Zak Bagans. What on earth was this? You guys may know that the new season of Ghost Adventures House Calls has just dropped on the Travel Channel, right? Season 3, everyone was somewhat hyped about it. There was possessions. Zak even got involved with one of the pilot episodes. You know, it was all this big thing. But now people are like starting to kind of open their eyes and realise that there's a lot more fishy business going on with regards to this season than ever before. Now, I've got to say, when did Ghost Adventures just become a way for people to just advertise their businesses? We saw it with the Poltergeist house. Yes, it was a very interesting concept. Yes, it was the first time that anyone had ever been to investigate the Poltergeist house, but it was taken over by a new woman who wanted to turn it into an Airbnb. You can see the motives behind wanting to go on Ghost Adventures, arguably one of the biggest TV shows for paranormal investigating at this current time. There's huge potential and appeal for a large audience to see your property, get involved, and basically you can convert it into the brand new Conjuring house, right? But it's starting to be called out, and there's a lot of digging that's gone into this, right? Where people just aren't vetting, clearly, the people that they get into Ghost Adventures house calls. Now, the premise of house calls is that people are plagued by demonic entities or what have you, right? And their paranormal encounters get way too much for them to handle, so they call in the Ghost Adventures crew to come and help cleanse the house. You know, that's the premise of Ghost Adventures house calls. That's why it's got a spotlight. And it's supposed to be for people that need help. But since when did well-experienced paranormal investigators who have had their own Travel Channel TV shows need exposure and need support with demons and paranormal activity? It screams to me that there's something a little bit fishy going on here. So, let me give you a little bit of context to what I'm talking about. In the new season of Ghost Adventures House Calls, in Season 3, Episode 3, which has literally just aired, it aired on September 3rd, 2025, Zak's team braces for a chaotic spiritual storm when they are called into Ohio to help a couple reclaim their dream home from an aggressive ghosts. Could the discovery of children's letters and a capture of a childlike form reveal the culprit? Now, obviously, the writers, Zak Bagans is in there, stars Zak Bagans, Aaron Goodwin, Jay Wesley. I mean, it's quite bold to say it stars Zak Bagans. He literally sits at a screen and does literally this the entire show. But I guess, you know, he does star in it. But this episode in particular, right, stars someone else. As Carlo Zuzic, who is himself and the homeowner, is also involved within this episode. Now, you may recognise the name Carlo Zuzic. Well, that's because Carlo Zuzic, over on his own stuff, is best known for Ghost Adventures House Call, Haunted History, which started to air in September of 2013, The Haunted Case Files, as well as many, many other paranormal shows across the years, spanning from 2010 all the way up till now, 2025. This guy is believed to be, you know, a well-seasoned paranormal investigator. Tell me why he's got the Ghost Adventures crew to go in and, you know, help with his house when... I don't know, man. It's just so weird. And people are starting to call this out online because they're like, hang on, I've seen this guy before. Why is he on Ghost Adventures? So, someone on the Ghost Adventures fans club stated, wait, the new House Calls episode is Carlo Zuzic. He's a damn paranormal investigator himself, and I've seen another show on YouTube on which he mentioned that he purposely bought the Fremont house because it was haunted. This is a bit of a letdown. What is the point of this? Like, what? This is just literally, right? This is embarrassing for Zak and his show. Because clearly, either there's no vetting going on, or there is vetting going on, and it's like, oh, let's just get in someone that's clearly, you know, got some kind of haunted house and got a bit of a name, so, you know, boost up ratings, or it's just a promotional thing, and, you know, Ghost Adventures now is just a promotional thing instead of it just being, I loosely use the term, serious. Now, someone's even called this out and stated, Zak talks about credibility, what a joke. Obviously, he isn't getting any requests for house calls if he has to use other channel albums for a show. Like, even on Reddit, this is crazy. So, on the Ghost Adventures reel, obviously, Carlo is used for promotional material, right? And it's titled, House Calls, Who is this guy? I have definitely seen this man on TV before. I did a Google picture search and nothing came up, but I swear I've seen him before. Anyone else? And someone else replied, his name is Carlo. I know him personally. He's the head of the named ORBS out of Ohio. Carlo Zuzic, obviously that is his name. Pretty sure that's Carlo Zuzic, and he's been in a bunch of shows. Interesting, did they acknowledge during tonight's episode that this guy was involved in the paranormal, or did they just present him as a regular property owner? I didn't catch all of the episodes, right? So they didn't at all. They presented them as a couple that wouldn't move into the house that they bought 3 years ago. The homeowner guy would often reference people seeing things like a bunch of people that he'd been through the home, all the rest of it, right? So basically, this guy's a paranormal investigator in reality and has been profiting off this house since they bought it, having various groups and individuals investigating it. A show found him and called the Haunted Case Files. You can find her Facebook page, all the rest of it, right? So basically, what's happened here is they bought this house, publicly made it common knowledge that they bought this house because it was haunted, right? As mentioned by fans here. And he's mentioned that on YouTube series, where, like, you know, he posts content and stuff, have let it out to paranormal investigators to go and investigate the house, made a profit off this property, and then have gone to Ghost Adventures and been like, do you know what? You could help here. We could get some bookings off the back of you. Similarly to that of the Poltergeist house, back for the start of Ghost Adventures, the pilot episode, ironically, of the latest season. What an embarrassment. Genuinely, what an embarrassment. It's either people just don't want Zak and his crew to go in anymore, and House Calls is kind of like under the cosh a little bit, or this person's directly gone to Ghost Adventures and has been like, oh, do you want to come and do this for me, and I'll give you the property, and, you know, we can do a little bit of hoo-ha and all the rest of it. Like, what an absolute mess. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for people, like, you know, making a profit on their properties if they buy it. Elton and Matt have just bought the Conjuring house. Or, not the Conjuring house, the Warrens Museum. All the best to them. I hope that they make a profit on it. I hope that they can do really well with it. I hope it's amazing. I hope whoever gets the Conjuring house next can do the same. But this is just... The fact that they didn't even acknowledge that this guy is involved in the paranormal and has had TV shows on the same channel that this is airing on is an actual embarrassment. Like, to the nth degree. I'm getting secondhand embarrassment just listening about this. What an absolute shambles. Guys, let me know what you guys think on this down in the comments below. Should they have just been transparent with this and been like, oh, you know, this guy bought this haunted property, but now it's too much for him to handle? That would have been a cool narrative. Just run with that narrative instead of, like, pleading ignorance, you know, pretending that people are stupid and wouldn't recognise that you've got someone who's already been on the same fucking channel and using his property. Oh, my goodness. I can't even with this show anymore. It's, every time, it's just funnier and funnier. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments while you're down there. Jump scare the hell out of that like button and subscribe. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.